Hello everyone. Welcome to the third episode of the Tradeware Cloud Coffee Talk. This is Matthias, my name is Roger, and the topic of today is database cloud services. Hey Matthias, last time we saw how quick and easy it is to deploy Linux compute instances. What about database services? What can we expect?
Well, what we can expect is it will be quick and easy, as usual if we deploy resources in the cloud. Now, compared to on-prem, it will require much less steps to do it, but that I will show, so let's do it. So, let's create an Oracle database cloud system. I'm already put us on the right page, so Oracle-based database functions in the cloud console, DB systems in Coffee Talk, empty. So let's create one. Now give it a name. So this is not the database name, but the database system name. So Coffee Talk DB sys seems like a good selection. Configure shape. So we have to define how many compute cores this database server should get. Memory is tied to the number of cores, so each core you add will add 16 gigabytes of memory, and each core will add 1 gigabit of network bandwidth. Change shape is quite easy, so I can choose any arbitrary number of cores I would like to have, just to show the change. So we go to 6, and memory accordingly is now 96, and the network bandwidth will be 6 gigabytes. So do that, and it's confirmed here. Configure storage, also important of course for a database server. So change storage, and here we also see that we can choose between two different storage models. So one is the normal best practice environment is Oracle Grid Infrastructure, which means ASM as base for storage management. Or you can select Logical Volume Manager, classical thing on a Linux virtual machine. Now the big advantage of LVM is that it's faster in creation, because setting up a grid infrastructure takes a moment. So for right now we take Logical Volume Manager. We can also select between two performance profiles. So I take balanced here. We see the amount that will be configured. So it means that 256 gigabytes for data and 256 gigabytes for record recovery. That's the minimum. You can't go below that. That's just the minimum. And you see a prediction of the I/O performance. I/O performance is actually depending also on the amount of storage you configure. So if we go here, you see it's jumped to 100,000 IOPS, and we go to the higher performance profile, and you go to 200,000 IOPS. Now if using Logical Volume Manager, we can't do two big databases, as you can see. That's one of the big differences. If you use grid infrastructure, you can configure much larger storage spaces. But let's do that. Okay, we have logical unbalanced size, so save changes. So that will be accepted here. Now, what we see here, it talks about total node count. It's actually possible to create a rack configuration, so a 2-node real application cluster. And the only thing you have to do is say here 2, and then it's all done. And compared to when you have to do it manually, that's quite some work. There are different software editions that I support Standard Edition or support Enterprise Edition, and support 2 additional variants that include a number of different options, and why that we will see just in a second. SSH key. Once the database system is deployed, you have full access, so you get root access to the underlying Linux VM, and of course you will get sys access. We will see that to the database. But to do so, it needs a SSH key. That's the only mechanism that is supported to connect. So I take one of my existing ones. And now here the license scheme. So you can select license included or bring your own license. License included means that all the licensing costs, support costs and so on will be tied to the number of cores you select and to the time they are actively running. So you can control your costs quite easily.
And to the edition you choose.
Yeah, and to the edition you choose, exactly. Bring your own license is more neutral. That means you have existing licenses, you have existing support contracts. So if you do that, you just have to have them correctly available in what you will use. But the amount that is charged for running your course is much smaller, of course, because you already have that.
When I choose here one of the two, is it possible afterwards, after creation of the database service, to change that?
Yes, indeed. It's possible. You can go back anytime to your DB system and change the licensing schema. And actually you can do it while it's running. It's not interrupting your operation.
Perfect.
Of course, we need to deploy it to a network. Now, we already have a network deployed from earlier episode. So we select our Coffee Talk virtual cloud network, and then we have to select the subnet. Now, usually a database you probably will put into a private network because no one wants to expose databases directly to the internet. For this demo here, I do it just so that we can access really from my notebook quick and easy the database server. So I select the public network. And I have to give the server a hostname prefix. So let's say Coffee Talk DB serve. So that will be the node name that will be created for the underlying VM. Then there are some diagnostic things, etc. We just leave it as they are. So we have the infrastructure we have kind of defined. So in the next step, you will define a couple of database properties. So name, let's say CDB, because they're always created as in a CDB PDB fashion in the cloud. Unique date, no, we don't need right now, but now we can select database version. And of course, we will select the brand new 23C, which is just out for a few days now. So we see that we can use that one. And PDB name is optional, but we could say, okay, we have a CD PDB1, because of course we could have multiple PDBs. But one initial is created when you create the database system. Password, that's for the sys account. So we have to confirm that. Okay. Database backups I switch off for the moment, but as it is cloud, you can expect that backups will be fully automated, and there are various things you can choose from, but it takes maybe 1 minute to set up your backups. So a lot of automation that is here. Some options like character set and so on could do here, and encryption. Databases in the cloud are always encrypted, but you could choose who is doing the key management. Whether Oracle is doing the key management or whether you want to do it. So I quickly have to go back to one option of the advanced options here, and that's actually the time zone. So we select what it detects from the browser, which is Europe, Zurich. So now we basically have set up all the stuff we need, so we can start deploying that database system. So create database system. And we see the usual screen we already know from the cloud. So we already see how it will look, the database system. Now creating that database system takes roughly 15 minutes, that's my estimate. And of course we won't wait here, so we recommend to get a coffee.
Yeah, let's grab another coffee.
Okay, back from coffee, and we have a running database system. As you can see, all green. We can inspect a few things just to check. We see, okay, DB system details first. We will look at the database after. So the general information, we see the shape number. We selected 6 cores. We have time zone, Europe, Zurich now, enterprise edition as we selected. Storage, available data, 256, recovery area, 256, theoretical max IOPS as specified when we did the configuration. We have a license type of bring your own license now as selected. And we see network, coffee talk and so on. We see that is selected. Now, if we go to the database specifics, we see the SID prefix, so CTCDB as we specified, the character set we specified, and of course, brand new, the new 23C version of the Oracle database. We also see some additional things that are right now not configured, like the automatic backup, like data guard. Encryption is Oracle managed as we selected, and associated services like database management or operation insights are not configured yet, but they are very easy to configure. So like the whole thing is easy, it's also easy to add the different functions. Now, I would like to see if we can access it now. So we go back to DB system details, and here we have node information. So this is the compute node underlying with the name we gave it, and it has a public IP address. So let's copy that, go back to our PuTTY, load that, enter the new IP address, accept, and we are on our database server. Of course, we are landing with the standard OPC user that is throughout the Oracle Cloud, but because it's a database server, it's pre-configured, of course, with an Oracle user account. So now we are Oracle user.
But it's a standard Linux.
It's a standard Oracle Linux, so we can do everything as well. It has a few pre-configurations for the database, of course, and like AuraEnv, where we already see that it's picking up the SID, so we can do that. And of course, I can now try to connect to the database. And we see 23.2 and so on. So we are really on that, and now it's just standard as always. So doing a quick query just to prove that we are on this created instance. And we see CTCDB as the instance name. That's what we configured while creating. So
yeah, we were creating with the 256 just for the sake of time. If I now want to change something, I need more storage, I need more CPU. Can I do that on the fly, or how would I do that?
I mean, it's cloud, so you can expect that you can do something. So if we go to the DB system, CTDBsys as we defined it, you can call up scale storage up, and now you could select new values for the data area, and now independently you can also size the recovery area. That you can do while it's running, so no interruption, nothing, it just does it. If you need another core count, you can call up that interface, you select the new core count, and to activate this, it needs one reboot of the DB system. But doesn't require any reconfiguration of anything. So everything you have, database with data in it and so on, that all remains, that's retained. It's just a simple reboot of the database system.
Cool.
Nice and easy, quick and easy.
Hey, that was quick and easy. This was episode 3. What about episode 4? Can you tell me a little more what we'll cover there?
Of course I can. Now we have an Oracle database cloud service running in our environment. And the question is, what about performance? So in the next episode, we will show a unique way to analyze performance of such a database cloud service.
Cool, looking forward to it. This was episode 3. Thanks for watching and see you next time.